Hello everyone, this is Arian here again. Today I will be making a short video about how to use the anti-idle forum. I got a request to do this several months ago, but I haven't gotten around to it, and today I decided it would be time. This guide is going to cover general information about the forum, things that's good to know, as well as how to edit, delete, quote, post pictures, search information, and a short section about how you should behave on the forum, because we all know I'm going to yell at you if you don't, so please do listen to all of this. Let's get started. We're going to start with getting to know the forum, because as you may or may not know, every forum out there has its own way of doing things, and it's usually appreciated if you try to do them this way. So I thought I would show you how we do it at Anti-Idle. This is the Anti-Idle forum, you might recognize it, and as you can see there's a lot of stickies at the top of the list. A sticky thread is a thread that's going to stay above all of the new threads at all times. This is so that they're easy to find, because they're usually useful. The very first one I thought I'd bring up is called the Frequently Asked Questions and Ask Stupid Questions Here. This is so-called FAQ, Frequently Asked Questions, and as that name tells you, it's questions that are asked a lot. This happens in Anti-Idle because there's a lot of small questions that you might not know when you're new to the game, but we, the people who answer them, have already heard them a million times, and we prefer if they're collected in one place so that we don't have new threads about the same thing over and over and over. There's a second version of this thread that is useful to know. It's called Mega Thread Battle Arena. This is because Battle Arena is such a big part of Anti-Idle, and if all of them were together with other questions, the other questions would get lost. So if you have a question about Battle Arena, please post it in the Mega Thread Battle Arena, and someone will probably answer. The third thread I would bring up is also very important, and I encourage you, please, please, please use this because it's really useful. It's called the sticky, no, duh, it is a sticky, it's not called, User-Made Helpful Threads. And this thread, it's full of all the guides that people have made already. Because this game is old and there's a lot of people playing it, over the time there's been guides about pretty much everything in the game, and they're collected in this one thread so that they're easy to find. If you have a question about anything, odds are it will have an answer in something linked in this thread. So if you want to ask something about Battle Arena or Garden or whatever, check here first before you post. Alright? So let's go back. On top of that, there's one more thread that I would like to bring up. It's called the List of Abbreviations and Terms. This is a list that Toucan himself has made, and it's basically just a lot of words and things that are said and used in Anti-Idles. If you don't understand what something means, it might be explained here. For example, there's a long list of short names, abbreviations that the community uses when they want to say something. So if you're confused as to what someone means in a post, go look in this thread, it's probably listed. Alright, now that you know a little bit about the Anti-Idle forum, I thought I would show you how to actually use the forum, such as how to edit your posts or delete them if you want to change your mind. So let's find a thread to post in. I have prepared one for this purpose. You press reply topic, and that brings up a box for you to type in. I have prepared what to write so that I'm ready, and you just press submit reply. Now, let's say that you forgot something that you want to say. For example, I would like to say that I also love puppies. What you should not do in this occasion is post again. Like this. You do not post a second post to add whatever it was you forgot, because if you do that, it starts clogging up with a lot of posts by the same person, and that's not fun, and it's also not allowed by the forum rules. So if you would like to add something, do not do it this way. Instead, you should edit your post, and I'm going to show you how you do that. If you look carefully below your username and your post count, there's an edit post button, and if we click it, the typing box comes up again. Yay! So I wanted to say that I also love puppies. So I'll add that. I'll press save changes, and there we are. That is how you edit your post. Please do this instead of double posting. Let's assume that you didn't know that you were not supposed to double post and you already have. What do you do about that? Well, you can also delete your post. To delete your post, you click Edit Post, as we did before, and in the upper right corner, in lovely pink, there's Delete Post. You click this. Do we want to delete it? Yes, we do. We press OK, and as you can see up here, post of the thread you posted in was deleted, and it's no longer there. Practical, huh? So if you've double posted and you want to remove it, or you just change your mind, that is how you do it. On top of being able to edit or delete your post, you can also edit and delete your threads. For example, it is very good to have a clear title if you create a thread so that people know what the thread is about. This thread that I've created that is called Backup. What does that mean? What does this person want? Nobody knows. It is much better if you have a clear title. So if you have a bad title, or there's a typo, or you want to edit it for some reason, you can do so by clicking Edit here. That takes you to a place where you're allowed to edit your title. There. That is how you do that. If you would like to delete your thread for some reason, for example, someone told you the thread already exists, or you changed your mind, or for some reason you would like it to be deleted, there is also a delete thread button that is right next to the edit. You can only use this option if there's less than 10 replies in your thread, which is good to know, but you don't really usually delete stuff that much, so it doesn't matter. But if you would like to, you press delete and then you press OK, as if you were deleting your post. But if you cannot do this because there's 10 or more replies, or you don't want to delete it, you just want it locked, instead of bugging a moderator about it, you can lock it yourself. And the way that you do that is you delete your own post, the very first one in the thread. So you just delete it as you would anywhere else. And my internet is slow. There we go. As you can see, your post is deleted, it's no longer there, and the topic has been locked. Sometimes we may want to quote somebody to clarify who it is we're talking to. To do so, simply press quote under their name, which brings up the post box, and you can write in whatever it is you want to write. And you post it, and there you go, you've quoted them. An important thing to keep in mind when you're quoting is that you shouldn't start a so-called quote pyramid. As you see, someone has replied to me, and when they quoted me, my old quote is still in the post. If I now quote this person again, let's just show you how that looks like. It starts being a quote in a quote in a quote, and eventually it's just going to go larger and larger and larger and take up a lot of space without actually adding anything. So if you're going to quote, make sure you remove everything that isn't relevant. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. There, as you can see, I have removed the post that we just made, and I'm going to do it right this time. So we'll quote post. At the end, I'm just going to copy in what it is I want to write, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see all of it. As you can see at the end, it ends with block quote, and we have another one here and another one here. Each one of these marks the end of one of the quotes. And if we look at the beginning, we can also see that it starts with a block quote. We have one here, and the other one is here. Each one of these is one of the posts. In the middle is going to be my original, what I quoted in the first post by Watto. The second one is going to be Arian, and the third one is going to be I'm Not Serious. You have to think of them as layers, one inside the other, the first one in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take from the first in the list, but the one closer to the middle of the block quotes, we're going to go all the way to the other one up here, the one without a / and we'll delete that. Then we're going to do the same with this one. One key to find where you want to go is look for the crocodile mouths with a B and an R in it. That means a new line. it is where the next quote is going to come. So we'll delete that and we'll submit a reply. And as you can see, now I'm only quoting the post above me, which is all that needs to be added, really. So that is how you do that. Practice and try, and you're gonna get it. Now I'm going to show you how to upload a picture into one of your posts. Let's say that you for some reason want to post a picture. I would like to post one of my dog, the laser goat. The first thing that I need to do is upload the picture to a photo sharing site, such as PhotoBucket or TinyPic or whichever. There's plenty. You can just Google it. Once I have it uploaded, like I have here, I need the direct link, not something else. You want the direct link. If I take this and paste it into a new tab, it takes me directly to the picture. So we go back to the thread, and all I need to do is add an exclamation mark, the link, and an exclamation mark. So you start with an exclamation mark, add the link, and end with an exclamation mark. That's all you need to do. There's the picture. One thing that can be good to keep in mind is to make the image smaller, as I have done here. It's a little annoying when pictures are bigger than the thread and they're just huge to show something small. So you can use Paint to resize it, or other programs. You can Google that as well. Now I'm going to show you how to search for information on the forum. As I mentioned earlier in this video, some questions are asked time and time again. Because of that, it is often appreciated if you check for the answer before you ask, just to make sure it's not already been answered in the past. There are two different ways you can use to search for information on the forum. The first one is the least effective, but also the easiest to do, because it uses Kongregate's built-in search function. In the upper right corner of the window, there's a search box where you can look for games or users or something on the forum. The key to searching for information is to narrow it down to a few keywords that you search for. For example, if you would like to know about the fishing career, you should include the words careers and fisher in your search so that it narrows it down to do these two. Also, if you want to look for information about anti-idol, you should always write anti-idol, otherwise you might get hits about other games. So let's write anti-idol careers fisher. It's important that you press the button and not enter, because otherwise it's going to interpret it as the game, and you already know what that is. So as you can see, we get a long list of hits from the anti-idol forum with different things like Career Systems Guide or Career X-Trade. One of these is bound to have the information you want, so just take a look around and I'm sure you're going to find it. The second message involves using Google and specifying that you want it to search only on anti-idol forum. Now, I've already written a guide on how to do this, so I suggest you take a look at it because it should be very easy to follow. It's the one that you're seeing here. You can find the link to it in the user-made guides sticky, but just to be sure, I'm going to show you how to do it. So you go to Google, you type in site, congregate.com/forums60. What this does is tell Google that it should only search on anti-idol forum. So let's just try and search for the same thing we did before. This time you don't need to write an anti-idol since it's only searching on that forum, so it's enough that you just write careers fisher. And there we have it. About the same results as the last time, but usually Google is better at finding the exact ones. So that is how you search the forum. Finally, I would like to end this video by talking a little bit about how to behave. Now, the forum is inhabited by real people. It might just be text on the screen to you, but there's people behind it. So the first thing I want to say is don't be a jerk, alright? Be nice to each other. For the exact rules on what is allowed and what isn't allowed, go to the Using This Forum sticky written by the Kongregate admin Tricky Rodent. It's a very good topic. It has a lot of good information, such as how should you behave, what is allowed, what isn't, and what I'm going to bring up next. Do not feed trolls. If someone is behaving badly, flag them, report them. Don't give in. Alright? Good. If you remember everything you've learned in this video and you take a look at the rules that Kongregate have set up, I think you're going to have a great time at the Anti-Idol Forum, and I hope that you'll enjoy this lovely game that Toucan has made for us. Remember that at all times, the laser goat is keeping an eye on you and he is going to bark at you if you break the rules. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it has helped you to learn things that you didn't know how to do. I would like to send some credit to Oscar25 who gave me the idea for this video. Thank you very much. And that's that.